Next Monday's debate to see who can come down harder on China. We've heard it before. The U.S. goods and services trade deficit with China was $282 billion in 2011. Many blame that on currency manipulation from Beijing. But there could be unintended consequences to a crackdown. Correspondent Dan Springer explains from Seattle.
One of the few things President Obama and Governor Romney seem to agree on is that the U.S. should get tougher on China.
We've brought more trade cases against China in one term than the previous administration did in two.
I'll label China a currency manipulator, and that will allow me to apply tariffs where they steal our intellectual property and kill jobs.
While China bashing may help win some votes in key states like Ohio that have lost manufacturing jobs, the campaign rhetoric worries the rising number of Americans who owe their jobs to open trade with the fastest growing economy in the world.
To have this rhetoric that's really talking about China is bad, we want to be punitive against China, yes, I think that plays well on the campaign trail, but in the long term that could really hurt our economic relationship.
Chinese New Year is our second largest selling season, only after the holidays here in the U.S.
Candy maker Brown & Haley in Tacoma, Washington earns nearly half its money overseas, the biggest chunk in China. Boeing expects China to need $670 billion in new planes over the next 20 years. A recent study found 40% of all the jobs in Washington state are tied to international trade, with China the largest customer. But union leaders say despite improved exports, the American worker is being harmed.
The outsourcing issue is huge. I mean, we've lost 50,000 manufacturing factories and plants over the last decade. That's about 6 million manufacturing jobs.
The overheated debate is apparently having an effect on how people in China view the U.S. In 2010, 68% of those surveyed said the relationship with America was cooperative. Now, just 39% hold that opinion. And it's not just the West Coast that would be hurt by a trade war. All but 2 states saw their exports to China at least triple over the last decade. Brett?
Dan Springer in Seattle. Dan, thanks.